Armada Kickoff is brought to you by Community First Credit Union, Winn-Dixie, Baptist Health, Bowden Eye and Associates, Brumos Automotive, and Coastal Spine and Pain Center.
Hello and welcome into Armada Kickoff. This weekend, the Armada and the rest of the NASL begin play in the fall season. 20 matches per team, 3 playoff spots are on the line over the next 4 months. The Armada begin the fall season in Ottawa against the Fury on Sunday. We'll have a preview.
And what a way for the Armada to launch into the fall with an impressive performance against one of the top teams in the world, Boca Juniors. We'll have highlights and reaction from the Armada.
We'll also have some news from the Armada this week relating to the coaching staff. But let's start with Saturday's match at Everbank Field against the powerhouse club from Buenos Aires, Boca Juniors. It was called a friendly, but Armada head coach Guillermo Hoyos wasn't approaching it that way, at least not in the first half. All the available Armada starters were in and going hard against Boca Juniors. What a night it was in Jacksonville.
Armada head coach Guillermo Hoyos coaching against the team he played for back in the 80s. First half, early going, scoreless when Sebastian Palacio centers one to the near post, and Jonathan Caleri puts it in to make it 1-0 Boca Juniors. 22nd minute now. An opportunity for the Armada. Beautiful pass from Scaglia to Flores, who hits the post, but he's able to stay with it, gets it to Keita, who gets wiped out by Cata Diaz, and it's a penalty kick coming up. Take another look at it. This opportunity for Flores, he couldn't believe he missed it, but he stays with it long enough, it gets the cross, and then watch Cata Diaz, no thought at all about the ball, just wipes out Keita along the way. And so the guy to take the PK, not Keita, not Jamal Johnson, but Lucas Trejo, who gets it past Augustin Orion for the goal, and we are level at a goal apiece. The Armada and Boca Juniors feeling very good about things in Jacksonville. The crowd of over 11,000 also enjoying things. Then, 29th minute, watch this opportunity for the Armada. Marcos Flores, a long ball for Jamal Johnson. Johnson is one-on-one, waits for some help to come, finally gets it to Jaime Castrion, who just can't quite get the foot on it, can't pull the trigger. Missed opportunity for the Armada there in the 28th minute. 40th minute, another opportunity for the Armada. Lucas Scaglia passes ahead. Here is Keita on the left side. Now watch all the time that Bochi Hoyos has the line one up, but a beautiful diving save made by Orion to keep it a 1-1 contest. That would be the score at halftime because of this. On the other end, big play by Miguel Gallardo on a little chip here by Diaz. It was deflected. Gallardo got a hand on it, puts it over the top, and it stays 1-1 at halftime. A lot of the subs came in for both teams in the second half, and Boca Juniors showed their depth and their skill on a ball that falls to the foot of Marcelo Meli, and Meli blasted past David Sierra for the goal to make it a 2-1 contest. Just 10 minutes later, another opportunity here for Boca Juniors. Pablo Perez able to get it past, and it's 3-1, and this is really where the depth and the talent of depth really showed for Boca Juniors. They stretch a 1-1 contest into a 3-1 contest, and then Andre Chavez makes it a 4-1 Boca Juniors lead, and they were really in control in the second half. But the Armada had some fight. Watch this action here as Nick Perea gets it to 16-year-old Haim Rosary, and then it's finished off by Remy Safi, the former Iranian and now JU Dolphin alum. Beautiful little back heel by Rosary, and it's slammed home by Safi to make it a 4-2 contest. The Armada would have one more chance to try to put another one on the board in the closing minutes of this one. You see the celebration with Rosary. He is fired up, the 16-year-old. In the 89th minute, watch the header by Tommy Krasanovic. It just goes over the top. The Armada fall 4-2 to Boca Juniors, but a great night of soccer in Jacksonville.
It was amazing. They have such a deep squad. They have, I was telling Cole, like even the 28th player on the roster is just an amazing player, a lot of talent. So for us to be able to measure up against a team like that, and modesty aside, I think we held our own and we did well. It was very exciting, and we're very thankful for the opportunity.
Like I said, 5 weeks now I've been out, so that game was a kind of test game for me, to test my ability to see what I can do, what I've been missing. So, but I feel like I'm okay. We just have to keep it going and working very hard.
Right now we need to adjust a few details, keep growing as a team. I'm crossing fingers that God protect us, keep keep ourselves health, to keep running and moving the ball around.
And we take a look at the numbers here. Certainly, this is the highest scoring game. 6 goals in a game the Armada have been involved in, matching the 3-3 contest against New York Cosmos last time out. Boca Juniors certainly dominated in terms of shots and shots on goal. They were the better team, particularly in the second half. But in the first half, when Trejo made his PK, certainly have to give credit to what the Armada did in front of 11,315.
The fair and fair man of the match went to Argentinian defender Lucas Trejo. Trejo is a key player in the Armada defense and started in all 10 spring matches for the Armada, playing a total of 878 minutes. In the friendly against Boca Juniors, Trejo from Argentina chose to take the penalty kick at the 14th minute, leveling the Armada at 1 before the half. He scored the penalty with such ease in front of over 11,000 fans at Everbank Field. The fall season kicks off this weekend with a few away matches for the Armada. On Sunday, they are in Ottawa, the following week in Atlanta, and a midweek match in Minnesota. Then the boys in blue are home at Community First Park on July 18th against the New York Cosmos. The first Armada goal on Saturday night was scored on a penalty kick, but there was a lot more to it, as Cole explains.
After Keita was knocked down in the box, the Armada was awarded the penalty kick. You would have expected either Keita or maybe Jamal Johnson to take the PK. Instead, it was somebody else, Lucas Trejo.
He's from that country. He's from Argentina, and he's one of the big teams. So I was excited for him because, you know, it's kind of a great thing for him, especially because he's from there.
Obviamente sabemos que él es nuestro goleador, el que le pega. Pero bueno, en esa situación a mí también me gusta y le fui a pedir si podía hacerlo o si lo hacía él. Al principio me dijo que le pegaba él. Después, bueno, en el momento me dijo que le pegue yo y bueno, lo agarré y le pegué.
And Trejo delivered to even the game at 1. It's not the first time Trejo has put a penalty kick past the opposing goalkeeper for the Armada. All the way back in the inaugural match against Philadelphia Union, he did the same thing, part of a 3-goal explosion in the first half.
The youngest player on the Armada roster is Jaime Rosary, a 16-year-old who made quite the impression last Saturday against world-renowned Boca Juniors. Krissty Andaur tells us more.
With 2 appearances so far for the Armada and both at Everbank Field, at 16, Rosary is determined to make a difference every minute he gets.
In the beginning, I was saying before the Boca Junior game that when the coach puts me in, no matter if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, I'll give it my all. I'll go out there and help my team to the best of my ability.
And it's with that attitude that Rosary was able to assist in a goal against one of the best clubs in the world.
Well, I saw Remy running, and I looked behind me, and I told him, I'm like, go, keep going, keep going. And I did that little back heel, and it was a foul, right? He called a foul, so I didn't think Remy was going to score, though, but it was a fascinating goal.
As the youngest player on the team, it's no doubt Rosary is learning a lot from his teammates, but there's one in particular he's thankful to have met.
Jamal Johnson. I've been looking up to him from where he came. Honestly, it's an honor to play with him.
Big things ahead for that young man. And some big news this week on the Armada coaching staff. The club announced that head coach Guillermo Hoyos has signed a contract extension through 2019. Hoyos joined the team as co-head coach in January and took over the coaching duties full-time at the conclusion of the spring season.
Why? Because I think we got the right man, and we don't want to let him go. Coach is an amazing leader on the locker room with the professional roster. He's an amazing developer, and he's an amazing human being.
Esto es un país hermoso, es un país de posibilidades, de proyección. Es una ciudad que nos encanta, que nos gusta y tenemos una convivencia con la gente que compartimos todos los días muy amena, muy buena.
Here's a great way to get your fill, or at least a sampler of the Armada action in the fall. 5 NASL matches in the fall season 5-pack. That includes the Minnesota United match on July the 31st, and then any other 4 matches. You pick them from as low as $60 per ticket. Call 844-2-ARMADA or online at armadafc.com. Coming up, a big night in New York at the U.S. Open Cup. We have highlights of the Cosmos and Red Bulls.
And Bob Veal joins us in Bob's Boot Room. Stick around. We're just getting started here on Armada Kickoff.
To enter for your chance to participate in the Winn-Dixie Bubble Battle, visit your nearest Winn-Dixie in your Armada gear, take a selfie, and post it to any of the Armada social media using the hashtag WinnDixieBB. 2 winners will be selected every Wednesday during a home match week. Assemble a team of 3, and you're ready for battle.
The Armada weren't the only NASL team in action this past week. A pair of international friendlies and a U.S. Open Cup clash featuring the Cosmos and crosstown MLS rival, the New York Red Bulls.
Cosmos were the last team in the NASL remaining in the U.S. Open Cup, and early on they fell down. 4th minute, Sal Zizzo scores for the Red Bulls to make it 1-0. But the Cosmos come back on a little bit of a ping-pong action here. The ball falls to Lucky Kosana, who slots it home. In the 14th minute, we're tied at 1. Just before the half, the header by Anatoly Abang for Red Bulls makes it a 2-1 Red Bulls lead as they went to the break. And then Sasha Kleistan polished it off after they made a PK. Red Bulls advance, and the NASL is done for the U.S. Open Cup. Scorpions hosting CS Cartagenas from Costa Rica, and there's the only goal of the match as the Scorpions fall 1-0 to CS Cartagenas. We should also point out that Boca Juniors played on Wednesday in Fort Lauderdale. Jonathan Caleri scored in the first 4 minutes of the contest. Also, Indy 11 hosting Mexican club Anarcos Morelia, a 0-0 final in that one, in the first ever home friendly for Indy 11. They drew over 6,000 in Indianapolis.
Here's how the first week of the NASL fall season looks. Carolina Railhawks hosting Minnesota United. Minnesota United now without Miguel Ibarra. Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting the Silverbacks. Tampa Bay second in the table during the spring season. FC Edmonton will open against the defending champion Scorpions, who need to turn things around. That's a Sunday match, as are the Armada taking on Ottawa, so both the Canadian teams open at home. And the New York Cosmos, coming off that loss in the U.S. Open Cup, will host Indy 11 on Sunday. Now let's head to Bob's Boot Room, presented by Nike. Here are Bob Veal and Krissty Andaur.
Thank you, Cole. Bob, we saw a couple of offside traps, some really good tackles, and an overall great match against Boca Juniors.
Yeah, I think they played very well indeed, the Armada, to hold the Boca Juniors in the first half. And then, of course, we changed up. This is a wonderful tackle from in the 18-yard box from Fabricio. This season, he's been rushing in at those and getting yellow cards. That one, very well timed. Great tackle. This is an offside. You'll see Flores moving forward, which is okay from the free kick. Now, as soon as that ball's played through to Jamel running, stop there, and you'll see
all the Boca
Diaz
Juniors
with his hand in the air saying, look, he's offside. They all move forward. Now, we do the same. So the Armada say, hey, we can do this as well. Little ball there. This is going to go through, and there, where are they?
Offside.
The Armada is move forward and leave him offside. Great offside trap from the Armada there. This is the way you beat the offside trap. And Flores moves. He times it so well. Yes, he should have put that away, but he had the composure to flip it inside.
But it still led to a goal.
Yes, it did. It led to the penalty.
Absolutely.
A flowing sequence. Watch this. A lot of passes out of midfield. And then long ball cross, bring the Boca attack across, and then play it back again. And they give the ball up here and then win it back. But it's a whole lot of passes put together in midfield against a very good side.
Yeah,
let's move on to the next clip, which is the great goal at the very end. Great ball through to Rozier.
From Haim, the little back heel.
Yeah, a little Haim. And he pushed it and back-heeled it. And Sefi, the strike of his life.
Thanks so much, Bob. I'll let you go ahead and head over to the Analyst Roundtable.
Must go.
Okay,
yes,
thank you. The Armada kickoff this fall on Sunday in Ottawa, and kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Cole?
Coming up on the Analyst Roundtable, we put more work for Bob. He joins David Hayes in the Roundtable. Talk about what to expect from the Armada in the fall. Stick around. Armada kickoff rolls on.
The The Armada Social Rewards program is a great way to stay connected with the team via social media. Just go online at armadasocialrewards.com, create an account, and start earning free gifts. Like, tweet, tag, and start earning those tokens. Each week we pick a random winner, and congratulations to Taylor Hamer. You've won 2 tickets to the first ever fall match for the Armada on July 18th against the New York Cosmos. And now let's head over to the Roundtable presented by Subway. Cole?
You can switch around and we're going to be very strong.
We saw a lot of different players, a lot of different lineups.
All right, thank you, Krissty. Bob's made his way over here, and David Hayes joining us as well. All right, after seeing the second half against the Cosmos and the first half against Boca Juniors, what do those two halves with starters, David, tell you about what we can expect in the fall season from the Armada?
Well, it's shown that we can put stretches of games together. We can put halves together. We can put stretches inside the game together, but we haven't put a whole game together. And I think that it's positive that we can do that, but we need to put a whole game together, and that's what we need to look forward to coming in the second half.
And Bob, they've done it against high-level competition.
Yeah, very good competition. I thought we matched them in midfield at times in the first half, and in Cosmos in the second half, I thought we ran at them fast, and they didn't like that. They didn't like it at all. And to put 3 goals past a team that is leading the table, have not lost this season, and have won every game at home, if they can put, as David said, those 2 halves together, we can look forward to a very good fall season.
Of course, in the spring, the Armada played 4 of their 10 games without Keita. Now he's back. He was able to play against Boca, and he'll be ready to go on Sunday against Ottawa. How much of a difference will Keita make?
I think he makes a lot of difference. If you've scored that many goals in your career, you've scored them all levels, you're certainly going to put a few in the NASL.
Keita's a very dynamic player. He backs teams up, gives us more space to play. So he's going to help us tremendously when he comes back.
Where is Marcos Flores going to be attacking mid more than center forward or a deep set center forward? Which is the best formation, Bob, as far as the Armada is concerned on the attack?
I think we're caught in between 2 here, aren't we? I think Marcos Flores' best position is lying back from the front 2. Now we have a front 3 in Keita, Pascal, and Jamal. So he has to lie back from those 3. Keita's got the speed to run onto through balls. When he runs through, Flores has got the ability to find him, and that is a great asset for us.
Flores is great holding, just like he said, Bob said, is that he's very good coming out of the midfield, and his passing is very good. And Pascal, Jamal, and Keita bring so much speed that it will give Flores more time on the ball, which we need.
David, what other teams should we look out for in the fall in the North American Soccer League?
Well, Tampa, I mean, they came up at the end. Obviously, the Cosmos, and you're always, going to be concerned about Carolina. So those are the teams that I think, the ones that started to move forward. In San Antonio, I think it might make a little push.
Bob?
Yep, Tampa was my choice. They've only had 9 goals scored against them this season, and that is excellent defense. And they've shown that they have the ability to go forward as well.
The Armada will start the fall with 3 straight games on the road. They get a bad draw here?
Not a bad draw. I think, I love to play the good teams at the beginning of the season, or have the bad breaks, if you call it a bad break, to play 3 on the road. Because if we can get a draw and a couple of wins out of that, what that does for us for the season is tremendous.
All right, make a prediction for me. Who will be the Armada player of the fall?
Pascal.
You're always going with your guy.
I'm going with him because not only that, but he ended, he scored two goals against Cosmos. He's coming off of the Gold Cup. I think he's ready to go.
He's really come a long way, certainly this year. Bob, David, thanks so much. Coming up, Krissty dives into the Twitterverse to see how the Armada family is trending on social media. More to come on Armada Kickoff straight ahead.
Fall season tickets are now on sale, and you can still get the same perks as full season ticket owners, like invites to exclusive events where you can actually meet some of the Armada players. Starting as low as $10 per match includes 10 home matches, which start with the fall season home opener on July 18th against the New York Cosmos. Call 844-2-ARMADA or online at armadafc.com. Let's head into the social media world where Armada players and fans are active every single day. The Armada's official supporters group, Section 904, loud and proud at last weekend's friendly and displayed their new banner showing off the Kraken and Armada colors.
Nice.
The NASL tweeted out this great group photo after the friendly match of Boca Juniors and Armada players together with the cup. Pascal Million Instagrammed this photo representing the Haitian national team in a friendly with the Tampa Bay Rowdies before they head off to the Gold Cup. The Armada players were out at one of the subways this past week in Jacksonville, and Lola Martin got to meet Fabricio, Chaim, Sebastian Evers, and Nico Zaldana. And as the fall is about to start, the player of the spring, Matt Boehner, tweeted what an honor it was to be chosen and how there's so much more to accomplish. Cole, what an overall great guy Matt Boehner is, both on and off the pitch, so a great pick in my eyes.
He's been a real pro, and the fact that this is his first year playing in the North American Soccer League, he's been in the USL prior, he's really come a long way. And there'll be a lot of competition for the player of the fall, but we have 20 matches to decide that.
We'll still have a long way to go. Remember, this weekend's match is in Ottawa. Kickoff time is set for 3 p.m. You can watch it here on CW17 or at the local watch party being held at Whiskey Jack's on Bay Meadows near 295.
And you can get the latest on the Armada online on ArmadaFC.com, on radio on the Armada Soccer Show Fridays at 3 on Sports Radio 930. You can also hear the Armada Monday podcast every Monday with Bob and me on ArmadaFC.com. Also want to take this opportunity to say happy birthday to Harry Frisch. He celebrates his birthday on America's birthday, the grandfather of Armada owner Mark Frisch and the patriarch of Beaver Street Fisheries and Seabest Seafood. Happy 92nd birthday to Harry Frisch.
Feliz cumpleaños, as I would say, right?
You would.
And be sure to get your fall season tickets as the Armada open the season this Sunday, as Cole just mentioned, against Ottawa, and on July 18th at home, Community First Park against the New York Cosmos. That's definitely going to be a match to watch. I'm Krissty Andaur.
I'm Cole Pepper. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.